gon' miss it. I call that precision like, hey. Shooting my shot like, hey. Hit the red dot like, hey. Finger on the like, hey. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shotty while bro had to get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? The sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton if I leave him in the wheel. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, hey. Shooting my shot like, hey. Hit the red dot like, hey. Finger on the like, hey. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when to stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, just shooting. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, they first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than like Yukin. They sending shots but I'm high, just juke it. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G. You know I can't forget that I do it. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28, telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skilla, baby. And the thing about your boy is
I don't like no whips and chains, and you can't tie me down.
But you can
whip your lovin' on me.
That's right.
Whip your lovin' on me.
Young Jackaka, Rico like Suave, young Enrique, speaking at AKA. She's an alpha, but not around your boy. She get quiet around your boy. Hold on, don't know what you heard or what you thought about your boy, but they lied about your boy going.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. McCarthy off the play fake. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On play action, McCarthy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. Just their first in this half. We'll step aside and come right back. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. Right. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Addison will go in motion left. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second down and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Vikings had 10-3 on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in,
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On first down, they'll start out with Wright. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. Under a minute to go, clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground. Down to about the 37. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
It's a game of 10. And the Bears
7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. Over the middle, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
To throw, Williams. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a give, running left is right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Wright. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run for it. Here's Wright. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To the air, Williams. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers. The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On the handoff, it's right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Looking to throw is Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Williams. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
In motion, Hill.
Throwing again here, Williams.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 23.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To the air with McCarthy. That's to the left side where he's got Naylor.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? did not let him get downfield.
Here comes third down and 7. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now 2nd and 3. Now McCarthy. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he's going to be touchdown, but he's got the first down.
A final shot before break.
McCarthy.
And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll run on first down with Wright. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Wright.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 44.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. A give up the middle to right.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, here's Williams.
And going deep for Hill. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And here's Ryan Wright now.
And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
A lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. In motion, Hill. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bears use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. They complete it to Hill. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Gets this one to Hill. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed down him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
And he is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill. 38 yards.
And the Bears are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Now the point after try for Santos. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
Next to score, Bears 22, Vikings 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down.
To the air again, McCarthy. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
T.J. Hawkinson.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
The Vikings will line up for the...
They'll try and run it in, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Second down and 6 now. Here's Williams.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll give this to Wright, running right.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. On 4th down, here's Williams. That is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Up the middle, Jones. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's third down.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
Jones. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like that there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw.
Connecting with Hill, and they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Tyreek Hill's got another one.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Here's 2nd down and 3.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And then on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Vikings, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them.